Is Donald Trump pursuing a strategy of ethnic cleansing? This guy seems to think so.
I think it's time to start calling Trump's immigration agenda what it is: ethnic cleansing. I don't use that term lightly, because it describes the systematic effort to remove certain ethnic groups from the country with the explicit goal of making the population more racially homogenous, in this case, as white as possible. But it's clearly not a label the Trump administration is afraid of, because lately they've been publicly embracing the term remigration or reverse migration, which is, by definition, a form of ethnic cleansing using mass deportation. Before Trump was even elected, Stephen Miller, who fits any definition of fascist, was throwing the term around on social media, but now it's being used by official government agencies. They propose a new office at the State Department called the Office of Remigration, and Trump himself has used the term in the last couple of weeks. But if their embrace of the language wasn't enough, their actions in just the last couple of weeks make it unmistakable. Last week, Trump referred to Somalis, an entire ethnic group, as garbage, and said, quote, "I don't want them in our country," all while his administration launches a targeted enforcement operation in Minnesota, focused entirely on Somali immigrants, 83% of whom are naturalized U.S. citizens. Trump has canceled protections for millions of immigrants from predominantly brown countries who are here legally, making them undocumented and forcing them into the shadows with the stroke of a pen. Meanwhile, he's granted refugee status to one group of immigrants, white South Africans called Afrikaners. He's also vowed to denaturalize U.S. citizens who, quote, "undermine domestic tranquility," and deport people who his administration deem are, quote, "non-compatible with Western civilization." Translation: people who aren't white.
Oh, brother. I think you need to get some new material, my guy. This is not going to stick. You've been trying the same pony show since, what, 2015 or something like that? Ever since Donald Trump has just been completely shellacking the left. No. To answer the question, no, Donald Trump is not pursuing ethnic cleansing, you buffoon. He purposefully uses this because when you hear the phrase ethnic cleansing, what do you think of? You think of the Holocaust. You think of the Armenian genocide. Leave a comment below. What do you think of? What do you visualize when you hear the phrase ethnic cleansing? Absolutely not uniform mass migration. The people who are being deported from our country broke the law. It doesn't matter where they came from, and it doesn't matter what ethnicity they are. The law is being equally applied to everyone. If you encounter ICE, federal law enforcement, and you're in this country illegally, I got bad news for you. The door's that way. You're going home. The Trump administration's not playing around with this. But he makes this attempt to draw some sort of symmetry as if it's synonymous, the two phrases, ethnic cleansing and remigration. Remigration means you came here to the United States, and in the case of illegal aliens, you broke the law. You were never supposed to be here. So you're going to remigrate. You're going to go back to where you came from. You're going to go back to where you are legally allowed to be, and you're no longer going to be where you're illegally staying. So you have to go. Bad news, brother. You got to go. And they do this on purpose. It's a very common liberal sleight of hand. He starts talking about Somalians. Get off your soapbox, dude. Get off the emotionally charged garbage. This is not going to win. If they want to win over Gen Z, or really anyone with a brain at this point in time, this is not the strat. What you just saw, this guy boo-hoo crying and talking about how Donald Trump and Stephen Miller, they must be fascists or they must be Nazis. Like, dude, you've played that card 110 times. Do you think it's somehow going to stick now? Do you think the American people are going to go, you're right, Donald Trump, this is actually just like what happened in the Holocaust. This is literally ethnic cleansing because we are enforcing the law. Quick question. If it's ethnic cleansing for Trump to enforce the law and deport people who shouldn't be here, what did you call it when Biden imported the third world? Or are you not allowed to answer that question? The left isn't going to answer that question because they told us that that's not real. It's not a real thing, guys. It's not a real thing. But anyway, this is not ethnic cleansing. You're just a buffoon.